Welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine. We try to bring you the best and the latest in cultural events taking place in Cairo and outside of Cairo in Egypt. First, let's go take a look at the headlines happening in the cultural news.
Under the auspices of the Egyptian Minister of Culture Sabir Arab and Governor of Southern Sinai Khaled Fouda, the second round of the International Fine Arts Symposium will be held in Sharm el-Sheikh from the 26th of February until the 4th of March. The director of the event has confirmed the participation of artists from Morocco, Turkey, Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, France and Iraq. The symposium this year aims to facilitate the exchange of art across cultures, and it's designed to be one large workshop for young artists. The Grand Egyptian Museum, which is the new museum of antiquities under construction on the Giza Plateau, will receive 5 artifacts from the tomb of King Tutankhamun. The items returned to Egypt in January 2013 after being on display in the US and Japan. The 5 artifacts will be moved from the current storage location in the Egyptian Museum near Tahrir Square and brought to the Grand Egyptian Museum. The 5 artifacts are a golden bed, a wooden box, and 3 models of ceremonial boats. The statues were recently rediscovered on privately owned agricultural land, the Qom al-Hitan region. The huge blocks of Amenhotep III statues in Luxor were moved to begin the restoration process, and the relocation procedure will hopefully restore the broken statues to their original state. Once the restoration process is complete, the statues will be put on public display. The statues are some of the tallest found, and they show the pharaoh in a standing position.
The 8th annual photography exhibition of its kind. As you can see here in the back, there's a wide variety of versatile photography pieces, about 350 pieces of photography worked and introduced by about 170 photographers who are participating in this art gallery. About 16 prizes, and we're going to talk today to the jury members and some of the participants in this art gallery to get the details of what's going on behind this artwork. Please stay tuned.
My name is Dr. Samir Saaddin. I am the General Director of this 8th Salon for Nile Photography. And actually I am so proud this time on this occasion that the standard of the photography in this salon is one of the best I have ever seen, actually. And this came by not by chance, it came by hard work for 4 rounds in salon in salon photography, Nile Salon photography. For 4 rounds we are working so hard to the number of photographers, and at the same time to increase the standard for this people and their photos. And actually we start in the first beginning maybe 10 years ago that we start to accept lot of work in spite of the standard wasn't that great, but just to encourage people that they will show their work and they will have their name printed in the catalog and stuff like this. And this really worked for some time, yani. And we start to promote the idea, to first to ask them to increase their standard by watching the light and watching the aspects of photography and take it in consideration, and till we reach this time that the concept and the form are completely in one unity, and this shows in their work that they are really start to get the poetic of reality. There are a new dimension they start to look at and to feel and to express in their work. I'm really so proud about Egyptian photographers, and I am sure that they are already catching their place in the media and the whole movement in the world. Yeah, I think so. We got the idea, and we were used since long ago that every round of this salon that we honor some of our pioneers and our photographers who are already established their standard, and they already participate in the photographic movement in Egypt here. And this year we are so proud to honor the field, the general, the field marshal, or Ibrahim Al-Arabi, and the Dr. Adil Gazarin. Both of them are pioneers in this art, and they really made a big push for the photographers in Egypt, and we hope them the best luck, inshallah.
We're now pleased to be joined by Mr. Adil Gazarin, who is attending today's art gallery as an honored guest. He is an artist of his own. He's not really one of the people of the business, if we can say so, but he practices photography as a hobby, and he's been practicing photography since 40 years ago. Dr. Adil, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's my pleasure indeed.
First of all, congratulations on being an honored guest for today. Of course, I mean, you are a pioneer of photography, if you can say so, since you've been practicing for 40 years, even though you could be considered as an amateur who started out as an amateur. Is that true?
Well, thank you very much. Really, I am an industrialist. Actually, all my career was in industry, but I adopted photography as a hobby some 45 years ago. And gradually I started to make exhibitions, and I took upon myself to try to introduce this hobby to young people. So I started in the sporting clubs different in Jazeera at first. I formed the committee in Jazeera Club and started teaching young people, members of the club, photography, and it succeeded very well. And then I went over to shooting club and sporting club in Alexandria, and I took upon myself to spread this hobby, which is a wonderful hobby really among young people. And I'm very glad today to see that most of the exhibitors are young people, which really found themselves also in the Photoshop. Photoshop for us old people is a puzzle.
It's a new technique.
For us it's a puzzle. I can't use it, and I never use it because I mean my principle is God created nature in most beautiful shape. I don't need to improve on it. So all my pictures are without Photoshop. I am fond of landscapes, and when you see my photos exhibited here, you will see all of them are without Photoshop and landscapes. However, I am very proud really to see this wonderful exhibition today. Most of the pictures are using Photoshop, but are really great ideas in the pictures, and most of the exhibitors are young people. So I'm very proud today that at last my aim has been fulfilled.
And how do you see the future of photography and young photographers here in Egypt?
I see photography spreading more and more among young people, and this is proven in all exhibitions here. And many young people are gaining prizes and honorary prizes in different exhibitions outside Egypt, you know, in Europe, in Dubai, in the Gulf, everywhere.
We're now joined by Mr. Galil Misri, who is a participant in this exhibition. Good evening, sir. And can you please tell us about your participation in this exhibition and what it means for your photography career?
I think this is very good exhibition that we feel that the government taking care of the photographer by dedicated a special exhibition and special salon and contest for them. And I hope to be a yearly one, so every year there will be a big one like that, in a big area like that, so I'm proud of that.
What has participating in this exhibition added to you as an artist? Especially working with many different other photographers and artists.
Of course, it gives me idea where is the photography and photographers in Egypt now, because this is a collection of work for over 140 photographers with a different vision, different learning. So this is give me idea. It's not only to put two photos for me, but it gives me idea where we are now.
And how do you see where Egyptian artists and photographers are now?